Hey everybody, welcome to the WeedClub Igloo. We got James from Woodstock here. Hey James, how you doing?
Doing very well. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. So I noticed you have these amazing containers here. Can you tell us about the Woodstock products?
Yeah, so we created Woodstock to try to solve an issue that we found in the industry, is that a lot of people are using single-use plastic containers to store their medicine, and not only is it not good for the environment, but it's not good for keeping your herb fresh. So we've created a product line of sustainable solutions to solve this issue. One of the things we have here is our stash jars. These are great for holding your herb. We can get them all custom designed, like this WeedClub logo here. It's very nice. And so there's a few main problems with plastic and how we use it in the industry today. Number one, it's horrible for the environment. It ends up in landfills and ends up in the oceans, and it never biodegrades, ever. But also, it's not actually good at keeping your bud fresh and in prime condition. For number one, it can get squished, stepped on. They're not usually airtight. They also let light through, which a lot of people don't realize. Light degrades any natural material, whether it's coffee, tea, even your skin cells. They'll all be degraded by UV rays. So this protects from that. And the real kicker is plastic is polarized, and that's going to create a static charge between the trichomes on your medicine and the actual container. So I dare you to do a test at home. If you have a plastic baggie and it has some medicine in it, rub your fingers along the edge or the inside. I guarantee you'll pick up some residue. Now that's all the good stuff. The trichomes are going to hold all of your CBD, all of your THC, and all the other cannabinoids. That's what you want to smoke. So having it in a natural material will help protect the bud and keep your herb fresh by keeping all the good stuff right where it belongs, so you can smoke it later.
And so it's an eco-friendly product that also protects your medicine. How did you guys get the idea to start the company, and how many people do you have at Woodstock today?
So yeah, we started in a small room in Berkeley. We're sitting around smoking, like many ideas start, and we realized everybody that brought bud into the room were leaving little plastic baggies and pill bottles, and it was like a graveyard at the end of the day. And this happened again and again. Anytime you show up to somebody's house for a session, there's just plastic bags everywhere. And we realized that there's no real incentive to reuse these bags. They don't keep the bud fresh, and they're not attractive, they're unmemorable, and you get a free one next time you go and pick up. So why would you reuse? So we're trying to offer an incentive for users to use our product and actually be more green, more eco-friendly. So that function of actually keeping your bud fresh and the form of how it looks a lot better, and it's a little more discreet than your plastic baggie. It doesn't look all druggy in terms of like a pill bottle or things like that. In terms of the company, we have about 35 salespeople right now. That's all over the country. We also have a couple engineers on board, and we have 3 main founding partners here.
And where do you guys make the product?
So we design everything here. We create all the dimensions, all the details of the items here. We put them into AutoCAD. We send them overseas to get manufactured, as the process is a little bit cheaper over there. Once they get sent back over here, we have our own laser engraver, and we personally do all of the engravings on all of the materials.
Yeah, so it's a great product for people to have and enjoy, but it's also kind of an amazing enterprise product. So for like a WeedClub event, we could make a bunch of Woodstock containers and get your joint tips and joint holders and give those out.
Exactly. We have a full product line here. So another thing we can show you is the joint holders. These will replace your standard plastic cone and cylinder joint holders, the doob tubes as they're called. Those are awesome for keeping your joints protected during a concert or on the move, and these are the same exact thing, except they're made from bamboo, which is a completely renewable resource. It's good for the environment to plant this and cut it down. Actually, it produces more oxygen and sequesters more carbon dioxide than almost any other plant. So you're doing the earth a service by using bamboo, and it's going to turn out great for everybody in the long run.
And they look cool.
They look awesome, yeah. Sometimes I forget to mention that. That's a huge point. They look a lot cooler than your standard plastic.
Right on. If you guys want to message James and talk about maybe distributing the product or placing an order or have questions, you can message Woodstock and James through weedclub.com/Woodstock. And also, where can people find you guys direct? What's your website address?
So we're WoodStalkBamboo.com. So it's wood, W-O-O-D, stalk like the stalk of a bamboo plant. So S-T-A-L-K, and bamboo.com. And like you said, we also do enterprise level solutions. So we sell to dispensaries and smoke shops that want to have a more classic and branded approach to their jars. And a lot of dispensaries have really been liking kind of a membership package that they'll use with these jars, where they'll offer 5 to 10% off every time someone brings this jar back in. Therefore, incentivizing a sustainable nature, incentivizing customer return, and also helps spread the word. It's targeted advertising, because when I smoke with other people. And if I bring out a jar that has the dispensary's logo on it, they're going to know exactly where I got that tasty medicine from. There's no question about it. So you create a lasting connection there.
All right, last question. Any advice for other entrepreneurs that are getting into ancillary businesses or directly into the cannabis industry?
Oh, I have one. It sticks right in the front of my head. My good friend Zach Schmidt, he always just says, start. That's the hardest part. It's just starting. You always feel like you need to get everything perfect or do more research. Just start. That's where you're going to learn. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Just keep moving through it, and the mistakes are where you really learn the most. So just getting started is the hardest part.
Great advice. Thanks, James from WoodStalkBamboo. This has been Evan with WeedClub in the WeedClub Igloo. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Evan.
Take care. Visit WoodStalkBamboo.com.